everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I wanted to talk about the new feature with Major Update 36, which is the Covenants as well as the Kingdom of the Aurora to unlock these Covenants. So I thought I would go over it now that I have experienced it a bit. First things first, in the Kingdom of the Aurora, you have to clear stages to unlock the Covenants. So for each covenant that is released over time, there will be multiple stages for that specific covenant. Clearing the first stage will unlock the covenant himself, so the current unlocked one is Thor. And then the future stages will require you to level up your character so that you can fight at them. So for example, in order to clear stage number 2, you have to have Thor at level 6, I believe it was, 6 or 7. Then the following one requires Thor at level 14, then at level 20, then 25, then 30, 35, 41, 48, and then finally 55. So as your covenant levels up, you can get into more of these battles. The first battle will unlock the covenant himself, and it'll also give you this item which will provide covenant commission efficiency of 50 an hour. Further stages that you unlock will provide more of these covenant efficiency increases, and also some of these banquet seats which are also used for increasing commission efficiency. So for example, each of these seats allows you to put a character into them, and by putting a character in, you get an increased efficiency bonus. So when you first clear the first stage, it's an efficiency bonus of 50 an hour. Once you've cleared stage 2, you get a further increase of 25, and then the hero assistance, the first seat, gives me another 3 for 78. And then when my Thor hits level 14, I will probably be able to pick up more efficiency bonuses to further increase this. And then there are more covenant seats at, you can kind of see here, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I'm going to jump forward to a week later from when I did that first recording. You can see my covenant efficiency after I've cleared the first 4 stages has increased quite dramatically. Of note, right, there was 50, then 25, then 45, and then this one added 84. So we can see a dramatic increase here. And in addition, with each clear, the efficiency of the covenant seats also increases. The first video showed the covenant seat giving 3. Now each covenant seat is giving 10 additional efficiency. So your Gold of the Abyss income scales up the further you go. So what is the use of this Gold of the Abyss? Quite simply, it's the level upgrade material for the covenants. So if I click on the covenant section now and go into Thor, there is this button here, the plus sign, and this is where you use your Gold of the Abyss, and it's literally the same as leveling up your heroes, more or less. Every 1 gold is equal to 1 experience point, so you want to gather up the gold so you can keep leveling up your heroes. So in that sense, it can be tempting for people to potentially buy the gift pack Glowing Pouch of the Abyss that gives you the 6,500 Gold of the Abyss to start. It's not required for sure, though. If you're willing to be patient, you can wait. But if you're in a rush, the 6,500 Gold of the Abyss could get you a bunch of levels. It has to be noted that the 6,500 Gold of the Abyss is not a lot. For example, here is the image of Thor at level 21. And the halfway bar of the experience bar shows I still need 2462 experience to hit level 22. In other words, it looks like you need something like 4,500 experience to reach level 22, which just shows how little experience the 6,500 actually is. Let's talk about why it's so important to level up Thor. Well, quite simply, leveling up the Covenant does 2 things. First, it will increase your Covenant stats. So as they level up, they'll have more hit points, attack, defense, and so on and so forth. But second, as you level them up, they will give you Thor's Star Souls. And these Star Souls are used to unlock techs in this tech tree system. The tech tree system has techs that just increase Thor himself, increasing his attack, increasing his hit points, increasing the power of his skills, stuff like that. But there's a second part of this, where there are techs that will increase your hero stats as well as the soldier stats. And this increase applies to both PvE and PvP modes. That is the key thing. So, when Thor hits level 70, you will have enough of these Star Souls to pick up every single tech here. But it's going to take a long time. I've already mentioned how at level 21, I need something like 4,500 experience to reach level 22, and it just keeps scaling up. So it is best to focus on the techs that buff up your heroes and soldiers, and then after that, focus on the techs that increase Thor's power. Because even in PvE mode, Thor is only on the battlefield for a short time. He's on the battlefield for like 2 turns, he makes 2 actions, and he disappears. Something like that. But your heroes and soldiers are always on the battlefield. So increasing them is better. And it's a bonus that applies to both PvE and PvP modes. So in general, it's best to focus on the stats that increase the damage you output, which means going for attack and int before focusing on things like hit points, defense, magic defense, and skill. Worth noting, there are maximum stats for each of these stats. It's 30 attack and 30 int. I think it's something like 300 hit points. Defense, magic defense, and skill are a bit lower. I think it's like 20 of each of those, and I'm not quite sure how much skill is the max. Okay. As for the soldier stat increases, it caps out at 6% for all of those. So what you want to do is focus on the techs that increase attack first and int first, then focus on defense, magic defense, and hit points. And that's what I'm currently doing with my current tech selection. You start off in the middle here, and I've gone for the techs here, which increase a bit of attack and int. In the bottom here, to the right, I've similarly gone for an attack increase of 9 and a soldier attack increase of 2%. Okay. Then I switch to the bottom here, because by going low here, there is a tech that increases soldier attack by 3%, and that would finish off the soldier increase to 6%. And next to that, there's a tech that increases the hero attack by 6. As for the rest, I'll have an image in the video description that shows one of the better ways of picking the rest of the techs that increases hero stats, such as these int ones in the south. Now that this tech tree has been talked about, I'm going to mention how Thor works as a covenant. So if we go back here, we can see that there's going to be 9 slots for different covenants, and Thor as a covenant is one that is oriented towards buffing physical strikers. He has this unique skill, Drums of Thunder, that increases the attack of allies within 2 blocks of him by 10% at level 1. When it's raised to level 2, it increases the attack of allies within 2 blocks of him by 15%. And then when it's raised to level 3, it increases the attack of allies within 3 blocks of Thor by 20%. So for PvE content where you're using lots of physical strikers like Bernhard, Leon, and so on and so forth, Thor is the guy to bring. Presumably, I'm going to bet one of the future covenants will increase intelligence, so for magic teams. And then maybe some of the others may increase magic defense, hit points, defense. Maybe some reduce magic damage or physical damage. There's 9 slots for these covenants, so there's lots of possibilities for them to make adjustments and make each covenant do unique things. 2 final things I wanted to mention. First of all, I'm going to have other videos demonstrating how I cleared some of these battles in the Kingdom of Aurora, because I'm probably going to skip the first 2 stages because they were relatively straightforward, but it starts getting a little bit difficult, especially with the feats. For example, 3-3 here has 2 feats where you have to defeat the Flame Tyrant within 3 rounds to get 40 crystals, and also defeat Duke of Frostfire within 3 rounds to get Twilight Aurora. So they start adding those kind of feats in the further you go. And doing these feats is important, first for the resources, but also for the Twilight Auroras. Because the Twilight Auroras are used in the tech tree as well. They basically offer kind of shortcuts, if you will, to unlocking those skills that you want. Because the Twilight Auroras unlock or upgrade skills for your Covenant. For example, here, Drums of the Thunder requires 1 Twilight Aurora. This tech here, Energy Restoration, needs a Twilight Aurora. This tech here needs 2 Twilight Auroras. So there are techs that require the Twilight Auroras in order for you to unlock. And they do offer some kind of shortcuts. Like, for example, this one needs 2 and 1. It needs 2 of these Star Souls and 1 of the Twilight Auroras. By comparison, if I had to wrap around, if I couldn't pick up this tech, I have to use this one that needs 4 Star Souls, then this one that needs 7 Star Souls before I could get this, which requires 5. So it offers alternate paths, which needs less Star Souls, to more efficiently pick up the technologies that you want or need. And that's all I wanted to say in this video. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this useful. And on that note, Nitro out.